Oh, tararakabuye. 나는 파스니 무시. 바노소만 무히.
Hello, YouTube. Welcome back. We are here again with the Veronaville Brainstorm. We are trying to work our way through to the end of this little adventure. Today, actually, we're recording 2 households together, but I will clip them into, I'll edit them down into 2 separate episodes, so it's not going to be all in one. This episode of the next one is just going to be the same day. So we'll see how that goes. But it's because it's the last 2 main story households. There will be one more extra household, but I'm going to do that separately, and then we'll be able to do our final kind of just looking at community lots and stuff, which will probably be one long adventure. But today we're looking at a household over here on the Monty side, the Macbeth. Oh no, now I forgot how to pronounce the other one. Oh god, I just got told. Wait, I'm scrolling up. Gloucester. I'm probably not even going to remember to say it again, but the Gloucester house. I'm going to read their little info, but yeah. That's them. I don't remember all their names. We got to see what's going on. And we really haven't seen a whole lot connected to that mayor lady. There's a lady who was the mayor, who I remember her in like being connected to the Summer Dream house or somebody's house. I don't remember who it was, but I feel like there must be some connections to this family. Maybe that's like a parent of this guy, or maybe all of them. I don't know if they're brothers. We got to figure out what's going on. But their little household bio here says, what did the wise and strict Ladya find in such a sad sack like Erlof? That is the question that has been puzzling the minds of the upper class, even after Ladya's passing. Is it true that stroke of lightning, stroke of lightning, is interesting. Stroke of lightning boosted Erlof's luck to 10,000%? And can luck be inherited? Ask the Macbeth brothers, who need to split their mother's inheritance between each other, while only one of them will continue the legacy. Though it seems that one of the brothers wants to take much more than what is due. Yeah, no, I think lightning strike would be, yeah. Maybe it was supposed to be strike of lightning. Okay, let's go in. Let's hop in here. I'm hiding the chat. See, now you guys can't say anything weird. It's a big house. It's very chunky. A big house, very chunky. I'm just gonna spin it around so that we can kind of load stuff in, maybe. Yeah, this is a very cool feature. We're gonna look at the house like we usually do first before we look at anything with the Sims. I like this space over here a lot. Kind of interesting because this feels like different than the rest of the yard, but the lighting's really good over here. I really like this. There's not like a mirrored version. It feels like there should be another one over here, but it's almost like this is somebody else's little space over here. Do the guys have like different areas of the yard that they're allowed to hang out in? This is like the stuff section. Then they've got this obnoxious flame car. What's going on in the backyard? Anything hiding back here? I don't really see anything. I'm gonna start on the base level. There's also a bunch of Sims here. I think there's supposed to be like a party going on. I guess I could do, I kind of don't want to do walls down so I don't miss anything, but yeah, there's like balloons and party poppers. Yeah, we have Goneril here. We also have a lady a lady named Margaret Nystagmus. I don't know who she is. And then we got the gentleman. Well, we have 2 of the guys. Then we have another guy named, oh, this is Justy Dude. He appeared in the storytelling for Hero. He was Hero's like first boyfriend, or his name is kind of like supposed to be like just a dude, Justy Dude. And then Miranda Cap is here for some reason. Also have some classic flickering lights. Not lights, flickering rugs. It is, speaking of lights, it's actually kind of dark in this part of the room. They've got some interesting furniture choices. It's interesting because it feels like it's half fancy upper class and half like bachelor pad a bunch of guys. A little walk through area. Oh, I like the, look at these guys just kind of tucked in here. That's fun. This would be a good place to like hide stuff. Also, is this a, oh, look, there's a little hidden room with an urn. Mayor Bindlock Macbeth. It's very dark and hard to see. But there's a little coffin. Hide stuff like a body? Well, it looks like there is some hiding here. The statues are in jail. Yeah, they kind of are. That's suspicious. I don't know who he is. Yeah, we've got a nice bathroom space. Interesting overlaying of the lamp and the mirror. Did they grave rob the mayor? Well, this is a mayor's mansion. So I'm assuming that's a previous mayor that for some reason is gone. Oh, Oberon. Wait, Oberon and Titania are over here. I didn't even see them. Oberon and Titania are hanging out in the corner. The shitty brick wall. Also that, yeah, the inconspicuous brick wall that doesn't match anything. You think this was once entirely a bathroom and they just like walled it off? Also, we've got a cool kitchen where it's like it's got the archway to go in and then lots of fun kitchen shenanigans happening. Ooh. Look at these cool things. Lots of the pottery wheel pottery going on. But yeah, this is a cool space. And then we go up. They do have an outside area. Oh, I was gonna say, how do you get to the outside area? But there are 2 doors. Yeah, and we've got like a nice upstairs. Yeah, and they've got lots of like just stuff kind of scattered around that I don't think is quite official. Official and fancy. Ooh, I like the bedroom. Got a cool bedroom space. Somebody's in here playing drums and being cool. Oh my god. The rose petals. Oh my god, look how bad they're flickering. Ugh. The rose petals to the magazine table is an interesting choice. Are those supposed to be, is this supposed to be like junk? What is that supposed to be? Is that just supposed to be actual? Oh, there's like, oh, they got ivy. That's fun. Ivy growing in the bathroom. It's such a fascinating, because then it's like a football rug, a rug that's just supposed to be like this is supposed to be a football field. The football toilet mat, the magazines, and then like fancy ivy, fancy flooring. The rose petals and green turtle tiles, yeah. I really like the use of this here, because usually this tile is only used in like pools, kind of. But I like having that used. Okay, then we've got, what's over here? Oh, this is like this is just sort of a study space. This is a nice space. Lots of books. Lots of books. Yeah, see, here's the fortune-telling stuff. Fortune teller things. Well, they've got, this is one of those orbs, like it's like a decorative lawn ornament thing, but they've got it set up in the table. What a place. I wonder whose is this? I think this must be this guy's room, because this is the guy we've seen doing fortune telling things. Edmund looks like his name is. We gotta learn all their names. Look at all the tires. We've seen the tires in another place before too. That always confused me. I was like, why are there tires? I forget whose house it was. Might have been one of the Cap houses. There was just tires on the wall, and I didn't understand why, what they were supposed to be. I wonder if there's something that like Edmund gives. This is your good luck wall tire. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. And then he's got his own little bathroom. Looks pretty basic. Kind of doing a lot of top-down looking so I can keep the walls up and just see what's going on. We've got another little hallway and a workout machine. So Ferdy. Ferdy is here. He's thinking about someone with a pirate hat. I'm assuming this is his room. Does he like to surf? Is he a surfing guy? I guess he could, looks like he could be a surfing guy. He's got a fun face. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he's obsessed with like the ocean. He's got all the ocean collectibles. That's fun. I really like the eclectic feeling of the house. Yeah, he wants to be a beach boy. He's a beach boy stuck in Veronaville. The saddest story you'll ever hear. And then yeah, he's got his little bathroom in here also with the fish. Okay. I think that's all here. Okay. But yeah, we gotta look at Mr. Edmund first. So yeah, so there's Edmund Macbeth, Mayor Edgar Macbeth, but then Ferdy, last name, with that starts with a G, that I want to say Gloucester, but it's pronounced different. He doesn't have a lot of people he knows, Mr. Edmund. He's got a few friends. He's friends with Kent. That's a bad sign. Dun dun dun. I think that there might be some brothers. I think these two are brothers, and this kid's here for some reason. We've got to figure out what the connection is. I'll look at the family tree here in a sec. What's your family tree? Okay. Erloff and Mayor Ladya. Now, it looks like, does he have a different father? No, I mean, mother, they got the same parents. Okay, so these two are full brothers. But then there's Alonzo, whose son is Ferdy. What would that make these guys? Cousins? So there's one cousin and two brothers, I think. Okay, that's the family layout. I'm trying to kind of piece it together. He doesn't have a ton of relationships. Yeah, he works as a medium in the paranormal career. Oh, he has a robotics badge. That's intriguing. Why robotics? Also, I noticed he has the fear to miss a carpool and also earn money. He is a fortune sim. So that seems to tell me that he is more of like a scammer type of medium rather than like somebody who genuinely believes it. You know what I mean? Because that was something I feel like that came up a few times, is the things, because there was the time where Antonio was shown consulting this guy about whether Hero was alive or not, and he told Antonio that Hero was dead. That was the whole like, did she run away? Is she dead? Blah 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 situation. So I feel like he doesn't necessarily tell the like actual predictions or whatever. He just is doing anything for money or to make people come back, or I don't know. He's a little bit grouchy and serious, which is interesting. So that maybe also plays into him kind of being a little bit mean about not telling the truth. But wait, what was his lifetime wish also? Oh, his lifetime wish is to become the mayor. Interesting, but his brother's the mayor right now. That could be a point of like tension. Did he like his brother? He does. He's friends with his brother. I don't know. We'll see what his bio says. Oh boy, I can see that the first line starts with, "You've got to be kidding me." Okay. So Edmund's bio, "You've got to be kidding me. How could they hand over the family fortune and mayorship to this fool?" Okay, well, there you go. Did they pick the heir by instinct or by throwing dice? Oh, brother dearest, this won't end well for you. I'll make sure to stack the odds in my favor. That gets us started on what's going on here. Yeah, also it's interesting that their mayor isn't elected, it's like chosen. It's like it's not even a mayor, it's like a king essentially, like it's a, you know. Why even call it mayor at this point? Personal. So his personal secret, Edmund has to dress somberly in order to maintain his mysterious appearance. You can make good money deceiving naive fools. Well, yeah. So pretty much everything we've guessed at this point is coming true. We're the real fortune tellers here. We're figuring it out before he's even got to tell us. Intimate. Edmund compensates for his parents' neglect with his drive for entrepreneurship and love of money. Could this be why he constantly wants to make more? Dark. Edmund does not openly show his animosity toward his brother. It's unsettling knowing that he harbored no such feelings until the reading of their parents' will. Wait, so Edmund does not openly show his animosity toward his brother. Unsettling knowing that he harbored no... Oh, okay, so he was fine with his brother until the will came into play, until the parents were dead and it came down to money. And now it's like a feud for inheritance. But his brother doesn't even know about it. And then bonus, Edmund always finds ways to make money. That's why he took an interest in his cousin's fishing talent. Oh, so his cousin, yeah, so they've referred to him as a cousin here too. So the cousin, the younger kid who's obsessed with the beach and stuff, is a fisherman. So it's interesting that supposedly there was parental neglect too. I went past that, but yeah, some sort of... Okay, so that's his bio. Let's look at some his storytelling. I see an adoption thing. Okay, let's start at the end. So learn to talk, learn to walk, potty trained by the parents. So the parents were the ones. It wasn't like a butler like the Caps. Grew up, got an A. Then he grew up badly, but then Mayor Edgar got a bad grade. Interesting. Taught Edgar. I shouldn't just call him Mayor. Taught Edgar to study, because I'm sure he was not called Mayor Edgar at that point. Won the SimCity Scholar Grant. Went to college. Did good at college. Everybody's doing good and doing good grades. Doing the good grades. met Kent, made best friends with Mystery Sim, graduated, moved in, got a job in the paranormal career, earned $10,000. Then Edgar graduated, grew up well. So it seems that also this guy is a little bit older. So it is interesting that they chose Edgar over the eldest child. You know what I mean? If I recall in the play, both Goneril and Regan cheated on their husbands with Edmund. That's interesting because I think that happens I think we've seen something like that maybe with Goneril. But I think with Goneril, it might have been Edgar that she was fooling around with. But so there maybe is some, obviously, usually some connections to the play. So grew up well, met a Mystery Sim, had kisses with Mystery Sim, and woohoo. So just a random person, maybe that doesn't matter. Kind of interesting that Edmund is the full brother of Edgar, considering Edmund is out of wedlock in the play. Ah. But then, yeah, a fire. Okay, so fire. Had a lousy party with Edgar. Got a promotion. Fell in love with a Mystery Sim. Got a promotion. Mayor Ladya died. Promotion. Got rejected for engagement to Mystery Sim. Erloff died. And then met Prince Escalus, who is like Prince Escalus. We haven't seen him in a while. He was one of the earlier households we looked at. But he's like a judge in this town. Like he's a law guy. Lost Edgar as a best friend. Ooh, I bet I know what that is. He was probably the one reading the will. I bet he was the one handling like the family's will and everything. And then that's when he lost his best friendship towards his brother, because that's when like the feud for money in his mind started. But then got promotion. And then Edgar got engaged. I wonder who Edgar's engaged to. Kissed Kent for the first time. Oh my god, he's an icon. He kissed Kent. I don't remember. Did we see that on the other side, on Kent's side? We must have. We must have. Met Robin Puck Summerdream. Learned how to make love potion. Ooh. We know that I think Robin Puck works like making potions and stuff. So he learned how to make a potion from Robin. Then he met Goneril. Had a great party. Had a first date with Goneril. So he did a love potion on Goneril, perhaps? I wonder why. Kissed Goneril for the first time. Won a fight with this guy. Malure? Goodfellow? And then kissed Lucentio. Now, who was Lucentio? Wasn't this guy dating Kent at one point or something? I forget who he was dating. He was dating somebody. He's just like causing trouble. Rejected for woohoo. Met Ferdy. Oh, adopted Ferdy. That he didn't, I don't think he actually adopted, but like took in his cousin, pretty much. Trying to get back at his brother. Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah, if his brother had a thing with Goneril, and then he messed around with her on purpose. Huh, he's messy. I like Edmund. Edmund's messy. Messy bisexual representation. Does it show him as bisexual when I display? Yeah, it does. Interesting. Oh, I did not mean to enter. I entered Edmund, as has everybody else in this house, apparently, at this party. What are his turn-ons? Hard worker. Logical. His turn-off is fatness. Oh, you have anything in your inventory? 2 love potions. Okay. That's fun. That's a good, like, little story continuation. He's got some love potions left over. Maybe the intention is for the player to use them at this party. To be even more messy. Well, that's Mr. Edmund. Could be a thing of dragging down the family reputation as a way to make his brother's life harder. Yes, that's also true. He could be purposely just trying to do anything he can to mess with his brother. Okay, we're going to look at Mr. Edgar here. I don't know how I feel about Edgar's little goatee thing. I don't know if that's really truly a goatee when it goes up to the. I'm not a big fan of that. I don't know how everybody else feels about that little detail. He's a popularity sim. That's interesting. He wants to be a rock god. Now, I'm pretty sure. Is it technically a soul patch when it goes down? I wasn't sure if soul patch stopped up here and then goatee stopped down here. It's like maybe it's a soul goatee. But it's funny, so he doesn't want to be the mayor. I'm pretty sure he was in the band with Hero. Hero was in a band. He wants to defeat the Grim Reaper. That's an interesting want to have locked in. That's the only thing he's got locked in. Oh, he's engaged to this Margaret lady. Ooh, I bet the idea is maybe for Edmund to give Margaret a love potion and like fool around with her to make him mad and stuff like that. That could be what you do at this little setup here. He doesn't really have any love or crush, but he has a lot of friends. But he doesn't actually know a ton of people. I assume his family tree is the same as what we looked at. He is the mayor. No badges. Does have quite a bit of skills, but there's no badges. He likes jewelry and charisma. His turnoff is fitness. So he's the opposite of his brother. His brother doesn't like fatness. He doesn't like fitness. Interesting. He's a little bit nicer and more playful than his brother. I think a little bit more sloppy and lazy. What's your bio say, Mr. Edgar? I almost called him Edmund. It's kind of funny that they're both Ed and Ed. Ed, and Eddie. It'd be funny if the other kid could be also an Ed, and then they would be Ed, and Eddie. I would have appreciated that. But anyway, there must have been a time when I walked under a ladder and had a black cat cross my path at the same time. How else could I explain my bad luck these past couple of years? Does karma really exist? Interesting. Wait, does karma really exist? Why do you feel like you've got some bad karma, Edmund? Edgar. Sorry, you're Edgar. Ed. I'll just call him Ed. They're all Ed. Personal. Edgar isn't half-witted, but his gullibility and absent-mindedness make him appear foolish compared to his brother. Intimate. Ladya never took her son's hobbies and friends seriously. Perhaps that's why she made him the heir. His busy schedule leaves him no time to find a new guitarist for his band, MRPN. Though he hopes someone will respond to his ad, which we had a point that was also back to the original, like the first Monty House, where it's Romeo and Mercutio. There was a point where Mercutio was considering trying out for this band because I think Hero was their guitarist and she's gone now. I think that's what happened. What do you think MRPN stands for? That's the band name. Yeah, I need a hero. that's the tagline for their commercials. Interesting. Maybe we'll figure it out. I don't know what MRPN. Dark. Edgar was stunned to discover that one of MRPN's fans was Malcolm Landgrab himself. Malcolm even offered to help organize their tour in exchange for a small favor, a kiss from the drummer. Who's the drummer? Interesting. I like that that's his dark secret. My dark secret is that Malcolm Landgrab likes my music and wants to kiss the drummer. And then bonus. The idea of forming relationships within the band was Edgar's. He thought it would knit them closer together. It wasn't until a few years later that he realized only he and Margaret were truly happy with the idea. That's such a weird thing. He encouraged the band members to date. Is that why? I don't know I think maybe Just a Dude is another band member, this guy? And he was the one that was dating Hero. So he was the one that pushed Hero and this guy to date. Yeah, did he try to start a polycule? Why were you... Why? That's so weird. That's such a weird thing. He's like, if we're gonna be a band, we have to woohoo together. Sorry, I don't make the rules. That's how bands work. But now, so the other member is this girlie, Margaret. Tried to do the Fleetwood Mac thing. That's right. It's true. Let me look at his memories. Oh my god, I see a lot of red ones. He has had some bad luck, huh? So he learned to walk and potty. What's this? Saw the ghost. Ooh, look at him. Saw the ghost of Mayor Findlock. So that's the guy, that's like a past mayor who's dead. That's the one that's in the wall. The guy in the wall. That's spooky. He looks kind of scary. Grew up. Met Margaret, pretty young. Got an A. Met Hero and met Justy. Grew up well. Edmund grew up badly. So he is a vampire. Yeah, this guy was a vampire. There's also some times where we've had Sims who have vampire as a turnoff. And it's like, what do you know? Had a great party. Had very first kiss with Margaret. Got a D report card. Learned to study from Edmund. Had another party. I think that sometimes I think the parties might be um like them performing their music. I think that's what it was kind of in Heroes Memories, that lots of parties could have been them going and performing places or something. Maybe not, but so went steady with Margaret, had a great party. Edmund went to college, had a great party. Okay, he went off to college, he got a grant, fell in love with Margaret, woohooed, completed the freshman year, met Cornwall, and it all went downhill from there. Okay, Edmund graduated, he graduated, grew up. Edmund grew up well, got a job in security, or like the law enforcement. Met a mystery sim, chased by mystery sim. Okay, that feels like it must be one of the Puka characters. Fire. Oh, there was a fire after that, and then had a bad party. So it's like during one concert or something, he got attacked by like the Puka character and then had a bad party. Met a mystery sim, had a great party. Got a promotion. Mayor Ladya died. Had a couple more parties. Mom dies. Had a couple parties. Dad dies. Met the judge guy. Inherited money. Okay, so he got to inherit money, but the other guy didn't, which is weird. Quit job. Got a job as the mayor, which is negative. Yeah, reached the top of the politics career. Negative memory. Got engaged. Happy memory. But then Hero died. Huh. That's interesting that he knows, he thinks of it as Hero dying. Remember, that was a big discrepancy. Like, who did she die? Did she run away? But then it says Mystery Sim ran away. Adopted Ferdy. And then got a bad reputation. There's some shenanigans. As usual, some shenanigans going on. We already looked at those turn-ons. These guys don't have a ton of memories, which I kind of appreciate that they're not too much. Sometimes it's like overload. You have anything? Just has a cell phone. Okay, Mayor Edgar. So pretty much his whole thing is he wants to be a rock and roll man. That's why he's got the cool goatee patch. Soul patch goatee. Maybe that's why everything's falling apart, because this guy's the mayor. But would it be any better with the other guy as the mayor? I don't know. We'll go see what Ferdy's up to. Hello, Ferdy. I like Ferdy's face. Also, Ferdy has makeup on, which is kind of fun. I have defaults that make the eyeliner eyelashes, but so he's technically just got like eyeliner on. He's a pleasure sim. He wants to make a friend. Locked in. Become Hand of Poseidon, which is like oceanography career. So he wants to go out on the ocean. He doesn't know a lot of people. He knows Paris and Miranda. Friends with his cousins. So okay, so let's see. Tommy? His mom's name is Tommy and Alonzo. Huh. I've never really seen her. Tommy and Alonzo. I think he might be new here. I think he's just come to Veronaville from somewhere else, maybe. We'll have to see. Imagine he's one of those island fairies. That's interesting. Yeah, one of the other fairy types. We haven't seen too many of those recently. Public school student. Yeah, he's got a silver fishing badge. He's got a B-. He's kind of shy. Otherwise, he's got a pretty average personality, I guess. All right. Oof, we got a lot of writing here for Mr. Ferdy. Whoa. This place is much more spacious than that cramped cabin on the fishing boat. To be honest, my cousins went a little overboard with the nautical theme. Heh. Oh, so wait, that's kind of cute though. The cousins decorated this house with a nautical, not the house, the room with a nautical theme for him. That's kind of fun. I'll have to thank them for their kindness. I wonder if there are any good fishing spots in town. Maybe that cute jumpsuit girl knows. Miranda's the one in the jumpsuit. Okay, personal. Ferdy's full name is Ferdinand Gustav Gloucester. But he's uncomfortable with such formalities. Intimate. To everyone's surprise, Ferdy took his parents' death rather calmly, which raised suspicion. Truth is, if you spent half your life hearing stories about the ocean being a dangerous and deadly place, you start growing desensitized to it all? I don't know how that connects to the mom and dad dying. Unless they died on the ocean. I guess maybe they died on the ocean then? Dark. Because Ferdy spent half of his life on a boat. Okay, so maybe they did actually live in the boat. He never learned how to interact with kids his age. Bonus. Up until his parents' death, Ferdy had no idea he had an uncle and cousins. Well, okay. Okay, so that's his bio. He doesn't have a ton of memories. He's got very few memories. Just doing the learning to walk and talk. Grew up well. Learned to study from Alonzo, his dad. Alonzo died. Tommy died, his mom. Moved out, moved in, and met his cousins. That's it. Okay. His turn on is jewelry and custom hair. His turn off is black hair. So he is into Miranda. He doesn't actually have like a crush on her at this point, but he seems intrigued by her. Intrigued. Do you have anything? It'd be funny if he had a ton of fish in his inventory. He just his pockets are just full of fish. Okay, well that was a quick one with him. Okay. We're gonna just look at some of these side characters and then we'll look at the household story. I think that's what we'll do. I wanted to make this guy selectable, just the people who are here. He's got a bunch of want slots. He's a romance sim. He wants to be a rock god. Battle of the Bands Judge, level 5. He doesn't have a ton of skills and no badges. So this guy's name is Justy Dude. This is Justy Dude, who he did date Hero for a while, like I said about 100 times. Indy Boyu, he knows Indy. Indy is the father to another one of the orphans in town at the Summer Dream house. He's very lazy, but very playful. Very neat. Interesting. He's got no bio. Okay. All right. We're finding there are a lot of side characters that don't have bios. And he just has kind of some basic memories, unfortunately. That's too bad. So he doesn't really have, he's literally just a dude. He doesn't even have any memories related to his interactions with Hero and stuff, which is kind of unfortunate. That's fine. That's fine. He's just a dude. There's him. I mean, we still got a little bit of info from him. I'm gonna look at Margaret real quick. I hit play so she'll like stand up or whatever. Or I guess you know what? This is her filling her cup. She also has a lot of want slots. Become a rock god. She's also a level 5 Battle of the Bands judge. Interesting. She has a ton more creativity though. Ton more. Yeah, she loves Mr. Edgar. Yeah, she likes blonde hair and creative. Turn off his makeup. Interesting that she hates makeup. Oh, look, she's got a bunch of memories. I guess maybe because she's expected to join the household, they might have filled her in a little bit. Does she have a bio? No, she doesn't. But she does have some memories. Yeah, she's got a lot of want slots. There's a lot of townies in this town that do, and I don't know why exactly. Grew up well. I can see she met Hero and everybody else, the other band members. Besties with Hero, lots of great parties and kisses. Those are kind of the same as what was in Edgar's. Went to college, just kind of zipping through hers quick. Graduated, got a job, met Mystery Sim. She also met the Mystery Sim. Yeah, this is a townie. I just made her selectable. Got engaged, party. Then she remembers Hero dying and a Mystery Sim running away. She also remembers that. Interesting. So we got to look at those two. I don't know. I don't think there's anybody else here that we need to look at because everybody else is playables. There's Goneril and Miranda, and then Titania and Oberon. Anyway, I'm gonna read. I gotta lock in here. So as soon as Findluck Macbeth seized power, his first order of business was urban land improvement. From the once fertile plains rose new architectural masterpieces. Masterpieces is in quotations. At least from his point of view. However, he completely overlooked the needs of his people, who were caught in the midst of a feud between the powerful Cap and Monty clans. After Findluck's mysterious disappearance, the burden of his irresponsibility fell to the delicate but shrewd Ladya. Interesting. So I feel like they might have killed him or something to get him to stop. I feel like she might have killed him. This is the lady that would become mayor. There's a repair sim dying or something here. They've got like a construction sim. I think these are some caps, maybe? There's some caps standing over. There's a guy. This guy looks familiar. Such a small picture, especially for me. I think you've got it a little bit bigger. I don't know what's going on, but the mayor is coming running. Says, "Are you all right, sir? Does she look all right, consort?" He was... Oh, he was struck by lightning in broad daylight. Oh, I think this is the man that the mayor ends up marrying. I think. No, it's not Fockoff. He's got brown hair. I think it's the guy that everybody's like, why did she marry that man? That they kept saying. I'm just trying to remain polite in this dire situation. I think this is consort and his wifey. I forget. Is it Contessa? August, call an ambulance. August is standing in front of the phone back here. No need, my lady. I've already called for them. Help is on the way. Just hang on, Erloff. Yeah, that's the father's name is Erloff. Madame Macbeth. Do you know this citizen? He works at the town hall like me, but he's the electrician. The town hall's dedicated electrician. Okay. Basically colleagues. I see. I've always wondered, is it true the town hall employees have blood deficiencies? Huh? That must have to do with the other mayor guy being a vampire. So is he drinking the blood of all the employees, and that's why they have issues with blood? They're running out of blood because he's sipping off all the federal employee, no, the town employees. By the great Cleopatra, consort, now is not the time for such an inappropriate question. Okay, and then there's a little lines. Why are you crying, Gon? Scared of lightning? I think that this little kid in the back crying is Goneril, and this is them talking. So why are you crying? Scared of lightning? Yeah. Poor thing. Did you know that lightning is especially drawn to red-headed crybabies? Oh my god! That isn't funny, Cordy! Yeah, this is Cordelia. Cordelia and Goneril. Also Cleopatra, yeah, I believe Cleopatra is actually a Cap ancestor. Haha, cowardly custard. Cowardly custard. And then there's a space. And then now we have Titania talking. There's a lot of conversation happening in this one scene. Titania, is this your doing? Absolutely not. To do that, you'd need to know the storm incantation. And I haven't opened that magic tome since the 19th century. I guess you're right. That was a lot. Now we have... Okay, Erloff. And we have Edgar and Edmund as toddlers. And the mayor lady. There's no writing on this one, but that's them. Okay, then we've got Edgar sleeping on his homework. Oh, I think this is Edmund trying to teach his brother to study. Because he's getting like bad grades or whatever. Or he's just like reacting to his bad grades. And then we've got a lot of... Oh, I see. Remember in Edgar's memories, he talked about trying to encourage the band members to date, have relations. So this is Hero and Justy Dude as teenagers, and Hero's like, I don't want to kiss you. Meanwhile, the other two, this is Edgar and his now fiance making out on the couch. That's what's happening here. Okay. Interesting. Huh. This is Edgar getting rejected. Oh, interesting. This is Malcolm Landgrab trying to kiss. Is Edgar the drummer? I guess there was a drum set upstairs in one of the rooms, because Edgar just said Malcolm Landgrab wanted to kiss one of the drummers, but he didn't say it was him. That's kind of interesting. Well, there's an awkward interaction there. I don't know who else. There's other Sims hanging out here. This looks like it might be Edmund and somebody. Not sure. Okay, we've got... Oh, I think this is the reading of the will. Oberon is back here. I don't know who this is. Their head is like cranked around. Oh, maybe it's not the reading of the will because... No, the mother's still alive here. This is the mayor, Ladya. Never mind. But it says, Ladya, I demand an explanation. Why were Gossamer employees harassing my child? Oh, Mr. Summerdream, you're right on time. I believe congratulations are in order. The leaders have elected Robin as Puck. I forget what that one is. Isn't that Puck 6? So this is about Puck being turned, or Robin being turned into a Puck, which we learned a bunch of stuff back in the fairy telling story about what that means back in like the Summer Dream household. So as a parent, I can imagine how proud you must be of them. I wish I had the same honor. I don't think Oberon's happy about that, though. Is this your doing? Are you in cahoots with the Gossamers? Ladya is just helping. The final decision is up to us. I think this is like a Gossamer Corporation guy. And what made you choose Robin exactly? Last I remember, you had to get a recommendation from the current Puck first. If you remember, Puck 3 recommended you in case the bot experiment failed. Well, it happened. And just as we were about to consider your nomination, you vanished without a trace. We had to promote Ellipse, I don't know how to say her last name, instead, but due to her enormous workload, even her clones were unable to be present. Even her clones. What has Robin got to do with it? We have calculated your location and decided that instead of persuading you, we'll create a new Puck. With your aid, of course. This is weird. There's a lot of shenanigans going on with that. I don't even know if I fully remember the whole story but Oberon's mad. I guess this is here just because this is Ladya that was... Maybe this is connected to how Ladya dies. Does somebody kill Ladya because they're mad? How do they create pucks again? Is it by sacrificing two people? I think a puck is just like a role that they take on. Maybe I'm misremembering. There's a lot of moving parts to remember. And sometimes it's a question of like, does it even matter to understand the storyline fully? I don't know. Okay, we're still... Ooh, look at them. They've got like glowing eyes and stuff. They're like spooky. These are like the Gossamer Corp people. That's how Project Orphanage came into being. Project Orphanage. Bastards. And you, Ladya, why? Because of the feud, people have stopped paying attention to the town's internal issues. While their attention is diverted, the Gossamers and I make decisions behind the scenes. They are the main suppliers of technology here. Without them, Veronaville would have become obsolete by the end of the 20th century. That's why I have to turn a blind eye to their deeds. Sometimes you have to make sacrifices for the greater good, Oberon. This is weird. I don't know if I like Ladya very much right now. Keep your sticky strings away from my family. The Gossamers are like a ravenous spider. Once a butterfly is caught in their web, its chances of escaping alive are 0. So Oberon's really not a big fan of these guys. Oberon, we have something that might interest you. We've begun performing soul cloning surgeries. There is a child within your family who would benefit from this. No, you may despise us, but wouldn't you want to make these 2 children happy? Oh god. That's got to do with the bottom and is Nick and bottom. So like the splitting of Nick and bottom. Is this why Oberon began running and crashing on people's couches? I don't know. I don't know if this might be after. But I think that the Oberon being on the run sort of and going from place to place might have been younger Oberon trying to avoid these people early on because they wanted him as a puck and stuff like that. But then I think he eventually still got sucked into it, obviously later down the line. Somehow he ended up involved with the orphanage and stuff like that, maybe? Okay, this is Ladya dying. I think that Oberon did something to her or something. Because now, after all of that, Ladya's dead. Or maybe it was the Gossamer Corp that killed her somehow. Because we've got, this is her husband and then her 2 kids. Okay. Wait, is this... Wait, okay, so here's the thing. So, wait, let's back up one sec. I just saw... Okay. So in this photo, I'm like, that looks like Edmund with somebody. Edmund's like hanging out with somebody. And in Edmund's memories, he fell in love with a mystery sim and tried to get engaged to them and they rejected him. Which we've also had times where mystery sim just represents like other sims that don't exist in the town. I think it's Nina Caliente. I think this girly here does then go down the line. This is him getting rejected by mystery sim. And I think it's Nina. It looks like the pink and the black and the red hair. I think that's Nina Caliente. So we got some Pleasant View crossovers. Interesting that she's just kind of there for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it had to do with... Maybe they met at the party with the land grabs and stuff. Nina... This was Nina in her backpacking in Europe phase. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. We've got a funeral photo of Mr. Erloff. It's just him like doing a little peace sign. Just like, bye. Peace out. Okay. Now this is the reading of the will that has to do with Edgar getting the mayor position. He doesn't look very pleased, and this one looks kind of angry. A little bit. All right, we've got another thing. This looks like Edgar talking to the judge, Aeschylus. Edmund, I have only 2 days off a week. If you're here again to ask about... No. I just wanted to compliment your hat. I appreciate your flattery, but I've been wearing it for over 5 years. Nonetheless, the matter of inheritance is settled. Sir Aeschylus, with all due respect, I'm not questioning your intelligence, nor am I doubting your competence in legal matters, but handing mayorship to my brother is just unreasonable. It was your parents' decision, not mine. If you disagree, how about contacting Ladya from the other side and telling her your grievances? Okay, that was kind of a jab at him trying to do fortune-telling things. Can I seize it through legal action? Probably, but I won't have any part in this. I've already got my hands full with the feud. Edmund, you're a small lad. Oh wait, a smart... I didn't mean... he said smart, not small. I'm imagining a situation where he just calls him small. You're a small lad. What's that funny? Okay, you're a smart lad. So why don't you and Edgar join forces? Give it some thought. Thinking. Okay, he's thinking to himself. What? So he'd have to have me do the heavy lifting while he hangs out at clubs with his band? Not a chance. I had enough of that back in school. If I'm doing any dirty work, it'll be on my own terms. Okay, so he doesn't want to work with his brother in that way. Okay, and we've got a concert happening, and we have Edgar proposing to Margaret, and I'm seeing Justy Dude. I'm also seeing another girl sim here playing guitar. That must be Hero, I'm assuming. Her face looks weird. It must be painted or something? I can't quite tell. I see Titania, Edmund. Edmund is cheering it on. Some other girly. Just seeing if there's anybody else hiding. Okay, we got another one. This is Edgar playing. Yeah, Edgar seems he's doing his drums. Hey, Edgar, can I borrow your suit? Huh? Can I borrow your suit? Huh? Can I borrow your suit? Okay. Yeah, of course. I guess he's talking over the drums. I was just testing the acoustics in the room. Oh, really? How clever. You know, I noticed a while back that you've got quite the sophisticated taste in clothing. I love this suit. If you don't mind, I'd like to wear it for a while. Half-truth. I like how it just says half-truth in parentheses. Okay. I think he's just kissing his butt. Haha, well thanks. You can have it if you like. It complements your face better than mine. We're twins. Our faces are identical. Oh. I didn't know they were twins. I didn't realize they were twins. Why did I not? I thought he was older. Our faces are identical. Come on, no need to quibble over my words. Don't be such a sourpuss. Are they identical? I didn't think they were identical. Oh, we've got the boat. Oh, this is creative. Look, it's them on the boat. Like some foundation that they built up. Something with the water behind. So this is little Ferdy with his parents on the boat. There's a bunch of fish and stuff back here. Oh boy. Okay, yeah. So we've got Edgar thinking about how he might want to kiss Kent. And that was... Or... Is it Edgar? But see, the thing is I feel like I can see a piercing on the lip. Is that why the other brother wanted to wear his suit? So he could, like, have a... Is he wearing, like, a wig and pretending to be his brother? Wait, that's interesting, because... So there was times in other people's memories where they were with the mayor. But what if that was actually the brother dressed as the mayor? And that's how he's messing with his brother's reputation. Is he's dressing as his brother and screwing around. I think that's what's going on. You want to do what? Ha ha ha. Stop laughing. I've never kissed a... Anyhow, I'm an amateur, got it? It doesn't make much sense if a sim is experienced. Or much difference if a sim is experienced. I'll give you $1 grand. $1 grand? So I can kit. What do you take me for? I'm not a prostitute. That's Kent saying that, by the way. What a quote from Kent. What do you take me for? I'm not a prostitute. A grand a half. Okay, like 1.5 grand? 2. Huh? Aren't you an expensive thing? I could do it for free, but since you're willing to pay, well, thank you very much. Okay, so he bribed Kent into kissing him. He bribed Kent into kissing him to try and cause trouble. Okay. I think this is the Robin dressed like in disguise. And Edgar, I mean not Edgar, Edmund, the Eds. Edmund is buying potions from him. Okay, we have this is Ferdy coming to live with them. This is a fun pose. This is the Bigfoot hug. That hug where the Bigfoot picks Sims up and the Sim is like squirming around. That's what he's doing to this other Sim. That's why he's like up off the ground. And then Prince, this is Paris. Paris introducing Ferdy to Miranda. Okay. Oh my gosh, wait, the fish are coming back into play. Prince had all the fish that he named. Thanks for the tour about town, Paris. Oh, it's like he used 2 R's. It's Paris. An anchor up my arse. Okay. An anchor up my arse. Look what my cousin's got me. An aquarium. Here, I'll call this fish Shen. That's weird. Okay, so this is not Paris's fish. This is this kid's fish, which we did see in his room. It's weird that he wants to call the fish Shen. That's another character in town. You're giving them names? Usually, we don't name our food, but I guess I'll make an exception. When I used to live on a ship, I'd often imagine that the fish were my friends. I felt lonely without other Sims my age. That hits home. That's the same thing that Paris kind of had going on. He had fish friends. Hey, this one is pretty. I think I'll name her Juliet. Yeah, and that one, Romeo. Ooh, that's a good one. But you can't have them all in the same aquarium. These species are hostile towards each other, and the chances that they'll fight are that they'll fight. Ugh, my cousins know nothing about... I'm guessing this is like the study of fish. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. What am I supposed to do with him? Even in nature, Romeo and Juliet are incompatible. How ironic. Maybe I should take him back to the shop and exchange him for another fish? Wait, give him to me. Are you sure you've got the right conditions for him? Trust me, Cap'n. If you say so, mate. Okay. I like the Ferdy and Paris bonding over fish friends. That's fun. Yeah, the fish lore thickens. Intriguing. Okay. And that's actually the last photo. Did I look at the maybe Mayor? I don't think that they're here, but the Ladya. Did I look at Ladya and just see if she's got a bio quick before we're done with these guys? Or maybe also this guy? Let's just see what she's got to say, at the very least. I don't know if I really want to go through all the other side characters that we could look at right now. I feel like sometimes it's not worth it. But I think Ladya would be a good one. She's in the defaults, but she's dead. Where is she? There she is. Oops, I accidentally spawned Fog Off. Fog Off, get out of here. I didn't want you. He was right next to her name. Wait. Welcome back, Fog Off. Go away. Get your midriff out of here. Okay, this is Mayor Ladya. I'm not going to hit play because she'll fade away because she's dead. Make selectable. Look at the double zipper action on this outfit. She wants a relative to get married. She wants to woohoo. She's a fortune sim. Wants to become mayor. I'm just curious. Okay, it does say she's mayor in her thing. Okay, she does have a bunch of memories. Do you have a bio? She does have a bio. Okay, we're going to read her bio. A diary excerpt. I feel that my illness is bleeding me dry. Her illness? It's too early for me to go. There's so much left to be done. Why the Gossamers didn't help me with this? Those slimy bastards? Or perhaps it's some sort of a payback for my husband's death. Payback for my husband's death? I thought her... Wait, for her... Did she have 2 husbands? Because I thought Erlof... Maybe she did. Maybe Erlof was her second husband, because he outlived her. The Erlof guy outlived Ladya. So she must have had a first husband? Maybe? I don't know. Anyway, payback for my husband's, or maybe the lightning strike thing. Is that what that's about? But then again, I've brought the town more good than those glorified immortal fairies or that thick-headed vampire. Now, Aeschylus is our only hope. There's still some time left. Maybe I should edit my testament and appoint Edmund as mayor. Yet, I don't trust him. He is covetous and hungry for money. He'll definitely bring the town to financial ruin. Edgar, on the other hand, isn't any better. At least, if he fails, it won't be out of malice. This might be my last entry, as my life is nearly over. Orloff, I know that you're reading this. Burn this diary with my body. Oh my. Well, she did have some sort of illness. I'm just gonna kind of quickly check out all her memories got trained by Mystery Sim. I think that's just because they didn't make her parents. Got good report card. She got a job in culinary career early on as a teen. She's going off to college. Got good grades. Okay, she got a job in politics pretty quick. Met the mayor. Had very first kiss. Oh. I bet she was married to him. Maybe that's what she meant by the death of her first husband or whatever. Yeah, got engaged. Got a promotion. Met Orloff. Got promotion. And her first husband died. Met the prince. Inherited money from the previous mayor. Best friends. Okay, then she gets married to Orloff. Okay, had the boys. Okay, and then had a life with the boys. Grew up. Edmund grew up badly, got bad grades, grew up well. Fire. Mayor Edmund graduated. That's his last memory. Her last memory is the Mayor Edgar getting engaged. Edgar getting engaged. I wonder, I was looking for anything to do with an illness. Could that have been related to being with the vampire man? Did he, like, drink a lot of her blood and make her sick or something? Because it says, I feel that my illness is bleeding me dry. And then there was that thing about, like, the town employees having blood disorders or something. Okay, well, I'm glad I got to look at her story. I don't think I'm going to look at everybody else's. The only other one I could potentially look at is the Findluck guy, but I have a feeling that he's just gonna, like, not have a bio or something. Also, it is interesting that we do have, like, I guess this is a robotics table, because that one guy had robotics badge, which didn't really end up coming back up, but it's like, what is he doing robotics for? Well, I think that's it for this household. Thank you very much for watching, to the YouTube people. We have the story continues to twist and spiral, but we have one more house left. But yeah, goodbye to the YouTube for now. Goodbye. We're going to say hello to him again in a moment.